Good evening, everyone. My name is K to the E to the LLY. Welcome to your number one online radio station, Glass FM, making a difference, and your number one relationship and movie show, Heart and Flicks. Yes, with Kelly Desamis and yours faithfully, Nirot Kidgak. Unfortunately, Nirot Kidgak isn't here today. I told you guys last week she went for her sister's wedding, and I wish her sister the very best. Yes, once again, I wish her the very best. And today on the Heart and Flick show, like you all know, we have the relationship segment and the movie segment. And today on the relationship segment, what we'll be talking about, we're talking about working relationship. Yes, what is working relationship? What is working relationship all about? We'll get to know about that right after the short commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay.
I want to dance for Jesus. I want to grace for Jesus. Hey, thank God, God no be man. God no be man. God no be man.
Are you looking for the best place to display your goods and services? Are you looking for how to take your business to the next level? Then let's be your plug. For sponsorship or advertisement, please call +234 3110 1001 or +234 81 288 03452. Glass FM, your number one radio station.
You are Odogu, Odogu, Odogu. You are Odogu.
Welcome to the relationship segment of the Heart and Flick show, and we'll be talking about, with no waste of time, what is a working relationship. So a working relationship is a relationship with a colleague, a boss, or an employee. Yes, you heard me right. A relationship with a colleague, a boss, or an employee. What are the two types of working relationship? We have the professional relationship and the personal relationship. The professional relationship has to do with getting the work done. The personal relationship has to do with social reasons. So the professional relationship an example of a professional relationship can be with between a boss and an employee, and then a personal relationship can be between co-workers. For instance, I and Nirot Kidgak, for instance, on the Glass FM show, with the OAPs, that's also interacting, talking to one another. That's a co-working relationship. So that's a personal relationship. Then when it comes to us receiving orders, for instance, from the station manager, that's what you call a professional relationship. While there are also some people say there are 4 types of working relationships. Some people say there are 7 types of working relationship, but these are the main types of a working relationship. Now let's head straight to what makes a good working relationship. One is trust. Individuals who trust one another can also openly discuss success and failures to learn from them. That's the truth. Once people have trust, and trust is one of the foundations for any successful collaboration in a working environment. Take it from me. It's one of the foundations for any successful collaboration in a working environment. When people trust, they'll be able to open up. When there's trust, people will be able to open up their fears, their failures. It's one of the good things that working in a good environment can give you. Once you are working in a very conducive environment, it will be very easy for you to find trust in people, your organization, the administrators of that organization, and so on and so on, or the leaders of that particular organization. So trust is very key for a good working relationship. Now, respect. This is where you talk about boundaries, but we'll get to that. Respectful interactions are considerate, honest, and tactful. So they are straight to the point. It's not all about poke-nosing and saying what is none of your business. You know where to draw the line. You know when this is going overboard. You value each and everyone's opinion. Not that you want your opinion to override others. No, you have to be open-minded. You have to make sure that whatever you are doing, you realize that you're not the only one in that working environment. There are also people in that particular working environment. And for the fact there are other people in that working environment, you need to give them the respect that they deserve. So respect is the second thing you need to consider when in fact the second thing that is expected of a good working environment. Respect, because respect especially is important in challenging situations, and it can help individuals focus on problem solving. Very important. It can help individuals focus on problem solving. Yes, that's what respect can cause. Next is effective communication. Now, most working environments lack this. If you have a very good effective communication, when there's a good effective communication between the leaders of the company and their employees, or the bosses and the employees, you always see that company always goes far. Yes, when we're talking about effective relationship, effective communication, communication between individuals can be described as rich or lean. Rich channels such as face-to-face interaction or telephone conversations are preferred for messages with potentially unclear meanings or emotional content. So effective communication is key. Learn to interact with your staff. Even though what they are doing is wrong, try and make sure that, there's this particular book I read, The 1 Minute Manager, and it says when you try to point out the errors of your workers, also try to point out the good things they've done. You understand? Try and be communicating with them. Let them know when the company is just mute and they're just nobody's saying anything. They say feedback is the food of champions. So learn to give maybe your co-worker, maybe your employees a feedback. Let them know how they are faring. Let them be able to assess themselves. So they'll be able to have an opportunity to give themselves a self-assessment. You understand? And self-assessment is very key. So when there's good effective communication, the company will be able to go there. Everyone in the company will be able to know when to step up and do the needful. So effective communication is key for a working relationship. Then we have mindfulness. Mindfulness, this involves encouraging everyone to express their ideas without fear. Now, a lot of companies, in fact, most companies are guilty of this. People are not free to say what they want to say. But in a good working environment, you discover that people are free. Even though they are free, there's still the boundaries, but they are still free to say or air their views. And believe me, no man is an island. So by the time you get to hear the views of others, if you're a boss, you're going to hear the views from your employees, you discover that, man, maybe you've been doing things wrongly, and that can help in moving your company forward. So a good working relationship has, like I said, trust, respect, effective communication, and mindfulness. Now, this is the part that I've been itching to go. Bad working environment. Characteristics of a bad working environment: gossiping, tearing each other down, maybe because you want to get promotion, maybe because you wanted to fire that person so you can get his position. Gossiping, very evil act, and we are very fond of it. It's a very common thing in our society today. Backstabbing. So gossiping is one of the characteristics of a very bad working environment. Workplace gossip doesn't just destroy relationships, it can also be damning, and it's considered to be a virus that is worse than any flu or bug. Are you hearing me? I'm going to say that again. Workplace gossiping doesn't just destroy relationships, it can be so damning that it's considered to be a virus that is worse than any flu or bug. Now, next thing is unreliability. Now, unreliability, this is one I've struggled with. This one people have struggled with. This one people have to struggle with of lately. People having to keep to their promises. Please learn to keep to your promises. Learn to keep to promise. If you say something, if you've given someone some hope, you've promised to do something, please do well to do it. That's one characteristic of a bad working environment: promising and failing. And this is the characteristics of our leaders. So if you are still doing it in your company, so what is the difference between you and the people leading our country? So unreliability is one factor of a bad working environment. Now, procrastination. Procrastination. When are you going to do that? Sir, tomorrow. When are you going to do it? Ma, tomorrow. When are you doing it? Ma, maybe next week. Is one of the characteristics of a bad working environment. And when you see in a working environment that there's so much procrastination, you discover that there's stagnancy. It's the company or the working environment, things tend to be stagnant, things tend to be dragging because people have refused to rise up or wake up to their responsibilities. So procrastination is one thing that you see in a bad working environment. Bullying. Think back to your childhood. Did you trust the bully? Did you trust any bully when you were a child? No, you didn't. But bullying is one major thing that happens in most working environments today. And when we're talking about bullying, you talk about sexual harassment is there. You talk about abuse of power. You know, they say power corrupts absolutely. So when you're trying to bully your staff, trying to make them feel inferior, that's the characteristics of a bad working environment. Lying, characteristics of a bad working environment. Stealing credits, taking someone's credit, work someone who has sweated or taking his or her time to do, you take credit for it. These are characteristics of a bad working environment. So I gave you gossiping, I gave you unreliability, I gave you procrastination, and I gave you bullying, and I gave you lying. So these are all we have for you on the working relationship. I've been talking about throughout this relationship segment of the show, and part of the movies you can watch: The Office and lots more. So check out The Office, check out The Devil Wears Prada, check out The Intern. These are movies that talk about working relationships. So I think I've exceeded my time for the relationship segment, and we have to head straight to the movie segment. So catch you on the movie segment. Let's take this trailer and maybe a soundtrack break, and I'll be right back.
Glass of Film, your number one radio station.
Disappointed, like you finally see me. While you were sleeping, I built a fortress round the porch outside. As long as you stay wrapped inside, don't have to be me. The sky's still borderless. You could still access your free if you just look up at it. How you once looked at me, only meant to give you my all, never meant to build you a wall, only meant to give you my all, never meant to build you a wall. My body bent around you, I built a fence around you, as my defense surrounds you. It's the expense that drowns you, only meant to give you my all, never meant to build you a wall, only meant to give you my all.
Mrs. Wang. Mrs. Wang.
Mrs. Wang, are you with us?
I am paying attention.
Now, you may only see a pile of receipts, but I see a story. I can see where this story is going. It does not look good.
What's happening?
Evelyn, I'm not your husband. I'm another version of him from another universe. I'm here because we need your help.
Very busy today. No time to help you.
Across the multiverse, I've seen thousands of Evelyns. You can access all their memories, their emotions, even their skills. is a great evil spreading throughout the many verses. And you may be our only chance of stopping it.
Don't make me fight you. I am really good.
I don't believe you.
Wow, that looks really good.
He's waiting in the wings.
The
He
universe
speaks of senseless things.
is so much bigger
Script is you and
than you realize.
Of all the places I could be, I just want to be here with you.
Remember our mission concerning the fate of every single world of our infinite multiverse.
There is no way I am the Evelyn you are looking for.
Every rejection, every disappointment has led you here. To this moment. Don't let anything distract you from it.
Welcome to the movie segment of the Heart and Flicks show, and you just heard the trailer, you just heard the soundtrack, some of the soundtracks, or one of the soundtracks, sorry, I'll say, of the movie which we'll be talking about today. Everything Everywhere All at Once. You heard me right. Everything Everywhere All at Once is an adventure and a sci-fi movie. And what does Everything Everywhere All at Once tell us about? It tells us about a Chinese immigrant who gets unwillingly embroiled in an epic adventure where she must connect different versions of herself in the parallel universe to stop someone who intends to harm the multiverse. This having Doctor Strange vibe. What do you think? The directors of this movie are Daniel Kwan and Daniel Skinhart. They're also known as the Daniels. I'm going to tell you something about these guys later. Budget of the movie was 25 million US dollars, and it got a gross of $103.4 million. Yes, that's his current gross. Let me not even say gross. That's current gross, $103.4 million against the budget of $25 million. That's really, really huge, fam. Now, let's go to some of the facts about the Everything Everywhere All at Once movie. It was shot in less than 40 days. In fact, in some places it was said it was shot in 38 days. You heard me right. The Everything Everywhere All at Once movie was shot in 38 days. Let me explain it. While the length of time it took to shoot the sci-fi comedy might not seem interesting, that number is a big deal. Principal photography on movies often take months, and that doesn't even take into account the endless reshoot but now happen on every film. But somehow the Daniels achieved the impossible and they shot the multiversal movie in 40 days. Now, this leads me to what I was saying. I'm going to tell you something about the Daniels. Now, the Daniels passed on directing the Loki season 2 movie. So, due to how they directed the Everything All at Once movie, they got approached by Marvel to direct the season 2 of the Loki film, but Loki series, but they bounced it, they passed on it. This is what they said. Though they were undoubtedly approached by every studio under the sun to direct their hottest properties, it will be Marvel Studios' second attempt, not first, but second attempt at wrangling the Daniels. You know, when Marvel comes at you, they spray a lot of cash, man. Those guys got some money. So, their second attempt at wrangling the Daniels, the filmmakers were asked to direct Loki, which also happens to be another release about multiverses. For those who listened while I was talking about the Everything Everywhere All at Once movie, I said it talks about the multiverse. But the Daniels passed on directing this particular project. Now, if the Daniels did direct Loki, it might have been too much, adding their wiki frenetic energy to a show that already has a concept that is asking a lot from the audience. Could have been headache inducing. Honestly, it would have actually been headache inducing if they had directed the Loki film shortly. It's not easy directing the multiverse. What? No, it's not easy. The stress and everything is not easy. So somehow one would blame them for but they've not actually told us their reasons. We've not actually known their reasons for actually passing on the movie, but somehow we feel maybe it's because of the stress and everything that was involved in making everything everywhere all at once. That's what everybody's thinking. Now look at the funny part. Films actually have a fake production name. I'm going to be talking about this one day. Most films in Hollywood generally use a fake working title for their film. Now, the working title for this particular film was A Woman Tries to Do Her Taxes. Now, I know you'll be asking, why are they using fake names for their production? Now, films usually have a fake name while under production to keep the details secret and the working title for the movie. Yes, they keep the details of the movie secret. That's the reason why they change the working title. So, for instance, they might be shooting Superman, and what I'll be seeing is the strongest man on earth. That's how filmmaking has gone in Hollywood. I just pray with that it reached there in Nigeria. But it's still kind of hard for you to find spoilers, because I mean, you shot a film, for instance, Superman, and you have seen the strongest man on earth. What do I want to spoil? They might still know, though. They might still know. They're professionals. They'll still know. So I want to give you an example of films that have actually had fake working titles. For example, we have Avengers Infinity War. The fake working movie title it was given was Mary Lowe. Then we have Deadpool. His working title on set was Wham. We have The Last Jedi. His working title was Space Bear. So we have a lot of things. Wonder Woman, her working title was Night Angle. That was on set for the movie. So interesting things in the world of film. And then one thing I love you to know is that 5 people who did the visual effects for the Everything Everywhere All at Once movie did not go to school for visual effects. They learnt it on their own. They didn't go to school for it. 5 people who did not go to school for visual effects did all the CGI for the film in their bedrooms during the pandemic. My people, there are several things you can do with your life rather than going up and down doing yeah. These guys did these things from their bedroom. You can learn anything in this world. You have access to computer. You have access to everything. Yes, going to school is good, but there are some certain things that you can learn just at the comfort of your phone. Those are the comfort of your laptops. But that's a story for another day. So these are all the facts we have for you on the Everything Everywhere All at Once movie. And before I go, I'd love to tell you something. The lady who played Michael Yor, Michael Yor in the Everything Everywhere All at Once movie, her role was given to Jackie Chan, and he passed on it. It passed on it. So Jackie Chan actually bounced the role, and then Michael Yor actually got the role, as the role was finally given to a female character. So ladies and gentlemen, these are all I have for you on the Heart and Flicks segment of the show. Hoping to be here with Nirot Kidgak to do the show. Yes, to give me the vibe. I'm here to no matter how good I am, I always give you a kind of male perspective towards things. But when Nirot is here, there's kind of balance, especially at the relationship segment of the show. Before I go, I'm going to give you our social media handles. On Facebook is at Glass FM Radio Station. On Twitter is at Glass_FM. On Facebook is Glass FM. Yes, you heard me right. On Facebook is Glass FM. On Instagram is at Glass FM Radio Station. On Twitter is Glass_FM. And then you want to call or WhatsApp us is +234 81 288 03452. I'll call it again, +234 81 288 03452. Yes, this is where I wrap up the show, fam. This is where I say my BYE. Hoping to see you next week Saturday for the 4th edition. Oh yeah, the 4th edition of the Heart and Flick Show. And forgive my manners, we're in the Christmas season, so expect a lot of Christmas packages from Glass FM. You heard me right, expect a lot of Christmas packages from Glass FM. Yes, so expect to see Weng Rockatena on the Gospel Note Show tomorrow by 8 p.m. Yes, the Gospel Note Show by 8 p.m. Gospel Note with Rockatena Weng. So this is where I leave the studio. Bye-bye, fam.
Glass FM, your #1 radio station.